He was barely surviving, just trying to be a good father. But when he returned a stranger's lost purse, he never imagined she was a powerful CEO, or that one simple act would change both their lives forever. The cold wind bit through Ryan Carter's worn-out jacket as he hurried down the sidewalk, his mind racing with bills he couldn't pay. Rent was due in a week, his daughter's school fees were piling up, and his last paycheck from the warehouse job barely covered groceries. He was drowning, but no matter how bad things got, he refused to give up. As he turned the corner near the park, something caught his eye, a black leather purse lying abandoned near a bench. He glanced around, but no one was nearby. Carefully, he picked it up, his fingers brushing against the expensive material. Whoever owned this had money. His first instinct? To walk away. It wasn't his problem. But then he thought about his daughter, about the values he wanted to teach her. Doing the right thing, even when no one was watching. With a sigh, he unzipped the purse, looking for an ID. That's when he saw it, a business card tucked inside the wallet. Eleanor Blake, CEO of Blake Enterprises. Ryan frowned. The name sounded familiar. Blake Enterprises was everywhere, one of the biggest companies in the city, and he was holding its CEO's purse in his hands. Just as he was about to close it, a voice spoke from behind him. "Excuse me, what are you doing with that?" Ryan turned around, his heart nearly stopping when he saw her. Eleanor Blake, and from the sharp look in her eyes, she thought he was a thief. Ryan's stomach twisted as he locked eyes with Eleanor Blake. This was bad. She stood just a few feet away, her sharp gaze locked on him, suspicion flickering across her face. Up close, she looked exactly like the kind of woman who ran a billion-dollar empire. Poised, confident, untouchable. Ryan swallowed hard, lifting his hands slightly. "It's not what it looks like." Eleanor crossed her arms, her expression unreadable. "It looks like you're holding my purse." Ryan exhaled, choosing his words carefully. "I found it near the bench. I was just trying to find out who it belonged to." He held it out to her, hoping she'd see the truth in his eyes. For a moment, she just stared at him. Then her expression softened, just barely. She reached forward, taking the purse from his hands. Most people wouldn't have returned it. Ryan gave a small shrug. "I'm not most people." A flicker of curiosity crossed her face. "What's your name?" "Ryan Carter." She tilted her head. "And what do you do, Ryan Carter?" His jaw tightened slightly. What did he say? That he was barely making ends meet? That he was working double shifts just to keep the lights on for his daughter? He could lie, but something about the way she looked at him made him tell the truth. "I work at a warehouse," he admitted. "Well, I did. Got laid off last month." Eleanor studied him for a moment. "So, why didn't you keep the purse?" Ryan let out a dry chuckle. "Because my little girl looks up to me, and I want her to know that doing the right thing matters, even when no one's watching." Eleanor's gaze flickered with something unreadable. Then, to his surprise, she smiled. "I like that." Ryan raised an eyebrow. Was she impressed? Before he could process it, Eleanor reached into her purse, pulling out a sleek black business card. "Come by my office tomorrow morning," she said. Ryan blinked. "Why?" Her lips curved slightly. "Let's just say I'm in the business of rewarding good people." And with that, she turned and walked away, leaving Ryan standing there, stunned, confused, and completely unaware that his life had just changed forever. Ryan sat outside the towering glass skyscraper of Blake Enterprises, gripping the black business card in his calloused hands. What was he doing here? It had been nearly impossible to believe Eleanor's words last night. People like her didn't give chances to people like him, but something about the way she had looked at him, like she truly saw him, made him show up anyway. Taking a deep breath, he walked through the massive revolving doors, stepping into a lobby that screamed wealth and power. The floor gleamed, the air smelled expensive, and the people around him looked like they belonged. He didn't. A woman at the reception desk glanced up, eyeing his worn-out jacket and cheap boots. "Can I help you?" Ryan hesitated before holding up the card. I have a meeting with Eleanor Blake." Her eyebrows shot up. "You?" Ryan's stomach tightened. He knew that tone: doubt, judgment, disbelief. But before she could question him further, a voice called out from behind. Ryan Carter? He turned and froze. Eleanor. She wasn't in the casual coat from last night. Today, she was every bit the powerful CEO. Her tailored suit fit perfectly. Her heels clicked against the marble floor, and when she walked, people moved out of her way. Ryan felt a dozen pairs of eyes on him as she approached. I see you showed up, she said, a hint of amusement in her tone. He nodded, still unsure what was happening. Would have been rude not to. Her lips twitched. Follow me. As she led him past the reception desk, he heard hushed whispers behind them. Employees stole glances at him, trying to figure out why a struggling warehouse worker was walking side by side with Eleanor Blake. She took him into her private office, a massive room with floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city. Ryan swallowed hard, feeling completely out of place. Eleanor gestured toward a chair. Sit. He did. So, are you going to tell me why I'm here? Eleanor leaned back, studying him. You said something last night that stuck with me. That doing the right thing matters, even when no one's watching. Ryan nodded slowly. Yeah? She tapped her fingers against the desk. Most of the people who work for me do the right thing when it benefits them. Very few do it when they think no one will notice. That's the kind of person I want in my company. Ryan blinked. Wait, you're offering me a job? Eleanor smiled. Not just any job. A real opportunity. Ryan's breath caught. He had walked in here expecting nothing. But now, sitting across from one of the most powerful women in the city, he realized his life was about to change in ways he never expected. Ryan sat frozen in his chair, trying to process Eleanor's words. A real opportunity? This wasn't a small favor. This was a lifeline. He leaned forward, his voice cautious. What kind of opportunity are we talking about? Eleanor smirked slightly. I need people I can trust, Ryan. Not just skilled workers, but people with integrity. She folded her hands. I run one of the largest companies in the country, but you'd be surprised how many people around me are only here for the paycheck, not because they actually believe in what they do. Ryan frowned. And you think I'm different? Eleanor's gaze didn't waver. I know you are. You had nothing to gain by returning my purse. You did it because it was the right thing to do. Ryan exhaled, rubbing his jaw. So, what exactly are you offering? Her lips twitched. A management position at one of my company's logistics centers. Ryan's eyebrows shot up. A management position? That wasn't just a job. It was a career. A future. He shook his head in disbelief. You don't even know if I can do the job. Eleanor's expression softened. I know you're a father doing everything you can to provide for your daughter. I know you've worked your way through life without any handouts. And I know that given the chance, you'll work harder than anyone else. Ryan swallowed hard. She was serious. For years, he had fought for scraps. Temporary jobs, unfair wages, doors that slammed in his face. And now, out of nowhere, a door was opening. But there was one thing he still didn't understand. Why are you doing this? He asked, his voice quieter this time. Eleanor hesitated, something flickering in her gaze. Because once upon a time, someone gave me a chance when I didn't think I deserved one. She tilted her head. And maybe because you remind me of him. Ryan exhaled, his heart pounding. He had spent so long being told he wasn't enough. But here she was, seeing something in him that no one else had. Finally, he looked up and met her eyes. When do I start? Eleanor's smile widened. Monday morning. Ryan grinned, shaking his head in disbelief. He had walked into this building thinking he didn't belong. But now he had a future, a purpose. And as he left her office, he couldn't shake the feeling that this wasn't just about a job, because the way Eleanor had looked at him, this was just the beginning.